Yo, guys, welcome back to the FPL den. We're still working on our logo. It's gonna take about a week or so to get that fixed. But we have some content cracked back for you. And today we are discussing the Game Week 2 FPL watch list. And we have quite a few players on here. More than we expected, actually. So why don't we dig right in? Starting with defenders, moving on to midfielders, and then the strikers. That's how the flow is today. But Harry, do you want to take up on the defense?
Okay, sure. So we've added some new format to our content. We've added a heat map. For defenders, the heat map is going to show the chances created, and for attackers, you'll see soon. So first we have Cancelo. He has easy fixtures coming up. Norwich, I think City are the best for defense, so they are highly likely to keep a clean sheet for this game. And I feel despite the stats, Cancelo will be involved in some assists given how he plays for City. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. He has a higher ceiling than most other defenders in FPL, but that completely depends on whether or not he plays regularly under Pep. Once Walker is back, his place might be in jeopardy. But until then, he's definitely a good FPL asset, according to me.
Yeah, I mean, Norwich and Arsenal are the two easiest teams to play right now in EPL. So fixtures look pretty good. But I won't be running to get him only because I want to take a risk with someone I'm invested 6 million in. I'd rather go for a Diaz, even though the ceiling is lower. I know there's two guaranteed clean sheets coming my way.
Yeah, debatable. That totally depends on how the rest of your team is lined up. If you have players who are, safe bets, then it's okay to go for Cancelo. But if you have players who, may or may not give you points, then Diaz may be a better shout.
Yeah, I mean, but no, definitely for this game week specifically, like I'd be pretty scared of anyone who has City assets. This could be a really, really good week for all City assets.
Fair. Moving on to our second pick. Reguilon. Okay, Pathala,
So this is a more affordable option for players like KSR. Okay, so before I get into Reguilon, I just like our viewers to note that we're not going with the mainstream options in this watch list video. We're trying to see who have potential to become those key assets at a lower price point, or some differentials who have potential to become a stable this thing in your team. So as you can see, Reguilon has easy fixtures in Wolves and Watford, and under Nuno, we feel they can do really well defensively. And Reguilon has attacking potential as well, despite what the facts show, because City was a tough fixture, so that's going to be a very skewed stat.
For sure. From what I saw in preseason, I think Reguilon will offer more going forward. And if Son starts on the left and if Kane is back, then they do have a good link up, Son and Reguilon. So let's see how it works. With Wolves and Watford up next, I think he's definitely a good shout. Not only for this game week, but for the next 3 game weeks, I would say. Okay, sir, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean the only I'm a bit of a skeptic today with a lot of picks, but I just think we saw them play against City. They had to sit deep. They had to defend for their life. Is that going to be the case against Wolves, against Watford, who are?
I think we lost Kesar there. But yeah, I get his point that he's a little skeptical on the pick. But you know what? Last time he was skeptical, it was about Benrahma, and he gave about 12 points in return. So I wouldn't take everything at face value.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry guys, I think I'm having some network problems. Is everything good now?
Yeah, all good. I
was just saying that I want to see them play more against teams who they'll have to attack before I can actually put my money into a Spurs defender. Fair. Even though I have a Dyer already that I own. So
yeah, maybe that's why you're skeptical about having a second Spurs defender, and totally get that. Moving on, midfield. We're looking at Mahrez. Okay, sir, would you want to take lead on this?
I I mean, no, I like this one. Like I said, like any City assets this game week, I'm fucking scared. Everyone who doesn't have City assets should be scared. I'm hoping he doesn't start somehow, so I can dodge a bullet there. But honestly, with the stats, that it's just one game week, so I don't really want to get too much into the stats. It's there for anyone who's really a stat buff to see here. But he really should have scored with his shot. He had
He
one
should
good
have.
shot on target.
Definitely.
And he was involved, I mean, for whatever time City was actually playing and not fucking around. So, we've already seen like Liverpool thrash Norwich. They didn't even play that well, according to me. So, if City can be half as good as they can be, this is going to be a really, really high scoring game.
Yeah, and
I really love this shot.
for all the-
I'm actually thinking if I had him, I'd actually captain him. If I knew he's going to play for sure.
I think
So
you're
confident.
playing. I think you're playing mind games there, but yeah, just for the viewers, this heat map is of the shots taken in the previous game, if I'm not wrong, Rohit, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, not just
Yes.
shots on target, shots in general.
yes.
Okay, anything to add, Rohit?
And yeah, I think the Mahrez pick for you has worked out very well because you got like 100 points, 101, I guess. And you still have Mahrez, who didn't perform last game week, but this game week, if he does, he's going to have a time.
Yeah, it's funny, that we have 11 players, out of which I think 4 blanked for me, and I still managed to get 100 points. That just shows that game week is not something you can rely upon for all the future game weeks, because that's not going to happen very often.
There was not a single draw.
Yeah, that's surprising. First game week, not a single draw. Wow, all results, great. Good news. Moving on, Mason Greenwood. Okay, sir.
Well, I mean, I've already got him in my team. I'd highly recommend anyone who's looking for someone around 7.5, 8 million to go for Greenwood. He's playing as a striker, very highly involved. Pogba should have scored. He should have got so Greenwood should have got an extra assist as well on any other day. He's involved in in goals. You can see that in his XGI. Not as high as you would like to see, but I think he was more involved. Like when when you're seeing the game,
Yeah.
sometimes stats say a different story, and when you're watching it, it's a bit different. But he's got 3 goal attempts already, and he scored 1 out of those 3. That's really, really good, and he's playing like weak defense in terms of Southampton at least. And if he's going to continue playing as a striker, which I think he will for this particular game week, like he can be a very big differential. Because I mean, I say differential, but obviously a lot of people already own him. But
Yeah.
in many leagues, at least he can be a differential. He's created chances. He will continue to create chances with Pogba and Bruno in form. Like Greenwood can benefit from
Definitely.
that.
And from what we've seen so far, the football then, never mind. The FPL then doesn't just rely on the stats. We're not just stat nerds. We actually watch the games, and if the player passes the eye test and has decent stats, that's when we consider him. So yeah, just wanted to
Yeah,
add
so
that.
since you brought that up, for those who saw the game, he was clearly very active in bringing back United from that equalizer. And as you can see, Southampton have a depleted defense, especially now that Vestergaard has also moved. And the thing about Greenwood here is that he may not have a high goal involvement or lots of attempts on goal, but I feel he's one of the best finishers in the league.
Yeah, that's Ole talking through you, channeling your inner Ole.
Oh, yeah, but
No,
he doesn't need a lot of chances. He had 2
Yeah,
shots
exactly.
on
That's
target.
what I'm saying.
He scored 1, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. At 7.5, he is definitely a good shout. Yeah, and the sooner you get him, the cheaper you get him. So yeah, Ismail Sarr. He's not my favorite picks, but okay, sir, would you like to say anything about Ismail here? Okay, we lost Kesar. So either way,
I'll go ahead.
Ismail, I don't know, man. Like I said, spoke to Rohit earlier, and I told him that his best fixture is already past him. I don't think I see him doing well against a Brighton or a Tottenham, considering both of them have decent defenses, and it's Watford after all. He is definitely one of the few creators that Watford has, but I don't know how effective he's gonna be against a better defense. That's my only issue with him.
See, like I said earlier at this video, like there's going to be some differentials, the potential to become starters in your team, and I feel he is like a proper differential at this point. He's slightly proven, as you can see in the start. He had 3 goal attempts. He created 4 chances for his team. He scored 1 goal. So definitely, like goal involvement that comes through Watford goes through him. And if at this point, like I feel a Brighton is a 50-50% fixture. So if anything goes for Watford, it's going to be through him.
Honestly, if
And
you
6
really
million,
want, yeah, go on.
yeah. And 6 million is a very, I would say, a decent price point because now we have a lot of premium picks for midfielders. So trying to adjust other people in your team, 6 million, I feel is a good shout.
Yeah, honestly, you already have this player in your team, and I don't know why you've not considered him as being a differential at 6 million. Benrahma would be a decent shout, and I feel that he is in a more established team in the Premier League, and he would have a higher ceiling than Sarr, considering he has players around him who can either finish those chances or create for him. So I would rather go for Benrahma over Sarr for that price point, but that's just me.
No, I agree with Benrahma. He's looked wonderful in preseason and the first game. But the thing is, Benrahma is not completely proven in the Premier League. Neither is Sarr, but before he went to the Championship, he had a decent season and there were lots of big top 6 clubs looking to sign him as well. So he has that going for him.
Yeah, that's true. I
At the
mean,
moment.
if West Ham does end up signing Lingard, then Benrahma's place is in jeopardy. But as of now, I think Benrahma is a better shout than Sarr. I don't know how many people will agree, but that's what I feel. Moving on. Okay, we're at the strikers now. Okay, so Antonio. Antonio against Leicester. Okay, Antonio just as a striker is great as long as he's not getting injured. His numbers don't lie, the stats don't lie. And if you saw the game, you saw that how influential he is. If he's firing, West Ham are firing. With Leicester and Crystal Palace as the next 2 games and coming in at a price point of 7.5, I think it's changed to 7.6. I'm not quite sure. But yeah,
Yes.
it has, right? So yeah, at 7.6 now, our apologies for that. But I think he's a great shout. What do you guys think?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I mean, I love him. He's one of the only players who's been in all of my drafts, and even before the season started. So he's definitely my favorite player. He's not going anywhere. I saw the game. I'm seeing the stats here. It's for everyone to see. He's involved in almost every attack. He can head the ball. He just can't put the penalties away, but that's okay. Maybe he'll get better at that. No, he's brilliant. I'm not expecting a whole lot from the Leicester game specifically. The next 3-4 games, they look really, really good.
That's true.
But honestly, the next game against Leicester is at home, and we've already seen a lot of the home teams win already in game week 1. So I'm hoping that the power of fans being back can push him and their team to get a result, and he's involved in that. He always is, isn't he?
Yeah. That's true. And right now, just like Vestergaard is just getting used to the Leicester team. Maybe Antonio could exploit that. Let's see how that goes. Okay, this is Callum Wilson. Definitely neither of mine or Kesar's picks. It has to be Rohit. He has been fanboying over Wilson since the start of last season. I don't know why. But yeah, he has proven his mettle. He did end up scoring a goal, the first goal in the game. And it was a good goal. It was a proper striker's goal. You can see goal attempts, goal attempts, 3 on target. I didn't really watch the game much, especially the first half because that's where he created most impact. I did watch the second half. I didn't see a lot of him then. What do you guys have to say? I mean, he's all right. There are other options at that price point, is what I feel.
See, the biggest selling point for him at the moment is the easy fixtures that he has. And with the creativity around him, if any of you all saw the goals of Newcastle, he's got Saint Maximin, he's got Almiron, he's got he's a Willock now. There's so many options to create for him. I feel if he can stay fit, he's going to put it back in the net. At least 1 goal he'll give you per game.
Yeah, I mean and especially this coming game week,
Okay, we lost Kesar again, but that's okay. Yeah, for the coming game week, Aston Villa depleted defense. No, not depleted, but they don't look confident. Their attack is still building. Maybe Wilson can, exploit that. So yeah, I agree with
Oh,
Kesar
they have
part.
Shelby also, who put an amazing ball for Wilson.
Shelby on his day is unplayable, but
Yeah,
he doesn't have a lot of
yeah,
those days. So,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Aston Villa and Southampton, those are really good fixtures. I don't know why I haven't considered him, but looking at this, I probably might just. But
Yeah.
7.5, yeah. Value for money if he keeps scoring. So far, so good from him. Moving on. I think this is the.
Every time Kesar goes away while saying some stat, you should just say, "Ye Raz bhi usi ke sath chala gaya."
We should do that next time. Okay, DCL final pick 8 million. It's just the price tag that fends me off. 8 million is somewhere in the middle. You don't know whether you want him or not. 7.5, since there are a lot of strikers who are valued at 7.5, getting that extra point 0.5 just for DCL, I don't know, doesn't sit well with me. What about you?
See, I think he had a lot of goal involvements, like attempts at least. He had 5 attempts. And as you know, you've seen Everton over the past also, most of the goal involvements come through DCL.
Mm-hmm.
He's an out and out striker. He can head, he can finish.
Mm-hmm.
So with decent fixtures coming up, Leeds, they can be very unpredictable. It's like they either score 3 or they concede 3. So at least for this game week, DCL looks like a good shout. If you don't have a lot of premium picks, then there are people who will be able to fit them in his team.
Fair. Leeds and Brighton. Second fixture is Brighton. I don't know. I mean, I still feel that Everton are finding their feet, and there are better players in and around that price point that might offer you the same returns that DCL does. So I'm not convinced that he should be in one of our teams. But yeah, what about you, Kesar? Do you think that DCL at 8 million is a good pick, or are there better options in a similar price point?
Oh, I mean, he looked really good. He's got 5 attempts on goals. He's got Richarlison who's back.
Mm-hmm.
They look more attacking than I thought they would, to be honest, under Rafa. But it's only the first game, so it's too early to say. But it definitely looked like a very good option. But I would be tempted to go with Richarlison personally more than DCL.
Okay, yeah.
He's overall a much better player, and if he's playing in the same space as DCL, he's 0.4 million cheaper. He's 7.6 already. He's 0.1 already. His price is increased, which only goes to show you people are sort of thinking very similar to what my thinking is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so that's probably the end of our shortlist. But is there anyone else that you're considering but hasn't made the cut because for various reasons? Any other players?
No, I mean, like the pretty obvious ones, but just want to put it out there for people who must be thinking, where's Salah, where's Bruno? I mean, if you don't have them, obviously get them.
Yeah.
It's very obvious, which is why they're not part of this.
Yeah, either get them or stop playing FPL.
There's also KDB.
Yes, now that's a good one. I mean, for me personally, like, I mean, I'll ask you guys as well. If there was one player that you would recommend someone in every price bracket, so go a premium midfielder, because I know a lot of people are looking at midfield because Gundogan's also got injured. So if someone can make space and has enough money to go to a premium, which premium would you ask them to buy? And if not a premium, someone around that 7.5 bracket.
7.5 wouldn't be premium, but like, see, if you're talking about premiums, then the defense and midfield is they pick themselves, right? Trent, Bruno, Salah, these three players they pick themselves. Strike is where it gets dicey. With Kane not playing, I think the only decent strike option that a premium striker option that we have right now is probably Lukaku once he starts playing.
And Vardy.
And Vardy.
Vardy was good. I mean, he's always good.
Yeah. You can't forget Vardy.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Vardy. Yeah. But if you're going for that 7.5 milli bracket, in the midfield, I would say I really like Barnes, but yeah. So okay,
But you would go for Greenwood, wouldn't you?
Greenwood for sure. Greenwood. There's Jota as well because he started this game week. Okay, so let's just go with Greenwood in midfield and Antonio as my 7.5 million striker.
Sure. Yeah.
Rohit.
For me in midfield, I feel Grealish look really good for City, and given that he's a really expensive signing for them, he's going to be a starter more often than the others are going to be for sure. Plus, it's City, so they've dominated for the past. I hate saying this, but they've dominated for the past few seasons now. And if they continue a good form, at least, which they should, Grealish looked really good, even though he played around his starting position was around the mid. He's played almost close to the box and sometimes inside. He's taken quite a bit of shots. He's drawn fouls. He looks like a very interesting player to keep an eye out for, and he's in the 8.5 million range.
Pep Roulette, bro. Those are the only two words I'm gonna say. And maybe
Bro,
this
he's
is
gonna get shit if he benches 120 million players.
it's Pep. I mean, I don't think he cares about the price tag. And maybe this is the season that United starts dominating again. And on that note, I think we should end the video for people to give it a thought.
Very clever.
So, yeah. Okay, guys, so that was it for the watch list for Game Week 2. And we will come up with a captaincy and team preview video. Maybe tomorrow, maybe today. Let's see. Let's see how the day goes. And yeah, that's that. So like, share, and subscribe the video, guys. Click on the bell icon. I shouldn't have to say this over and over again. Just do it, man. And we'll see you on the next
Also,
one.
do comment what stats you'd like to see and which players you'd like to hear more about.
That's true. This template is a work in progress. So anything and everything you say will be really helpful to us.